And hello, guys. Yes, here we are, midweek. I don't think I did it last week. We need to have a midweek update on uranium. It's bouncing a bit here today, but I'm not impressed at the moment. I think we need to to do better in order to undo this whole short-term downtrend here. I do think we could be on the verge of something major to the downside, maybe. We will definitely check into that. As always, guys, like and subscribe if you think what I'm doing is of great value. If not, fair enough, fair enough. But then I hope I can persuade you. Uranium again has been in a downtrend ever since February. You can even call it maybe January. So more or less the entire 2000. Well, that might be a bit too exaggerating, but it has been in a downtrend for the past 6 weeks or so. And yeah, you can see here we're up 2.5% today, which is obviously fine. But again, here in my view, I want to go into a little bit on the shorter term time frame here. Again, we have a downtrend here that got broken, not with momentum. We broke it and then we slided, and now we're back up here. So again, we have this neckline here. That's what I'm looking at, that we need to break in order to have a chance to break that previous all-time high from 2021 at roughly 61, 62. If we can get above there and confirm that I'm more calm than I am right now. The reasoning being that we did tab above, and then we dropped below the 2021 high. We also had that rising wedge here, which we blasted straight through. So again, if we start to lose that blue triangle and we get below 47, the reason 47 is important is because we have the April 2022 high over here. I think if we lose that, there is a great possibility that we go to the triangle low here, and also, that high there. So that we could see it from 49 down to roughly a tad above 40. So we're talking about a 20% drop here if we don't start to get back above and we have a chance. And I say a chance because I'm still not convinced until we get up here. We have the 30 weekly here, which is very, very strong. It is pushing us up for now. Also, a bad thing is if we start to get below, then we have it curling over, and yeah, that wouldn't be the best thing in the world for us uranium bulls. So it is what it is. Same here for URA. We have that squeeze going on there. Hopefully, we can regain the uptrend here, getting back above these levels. Let's see. Again, the trend is definitely, I wouldn't call it down, but it is definitely short term here a bit sketchy. U and J, some of my lines have gone here, but basically we have this massive move down, and that is a bearish formation. That's the short-term bearishness. We have the long-term support coming in here, and we have the 30 weekly coming up. So we have the long-term here still pushing it up. And again, if let's say we lose it and we go down there, then all the long-term momentums is suddenly not there anymore. Not ideal. Uranium spot price here roughly at a tad above 90. We did come all the way up to 107, and now we're pulling back roughly $13. No biggie. Look at the move we have had. Again here, as long as we just have a controlled, topping, then it's all fine for me. So let's see. We haven't found any short-term bottom yet. The big support is roughly down here at 73, 74. Will we get there? Maybe not, but definitely, this has been a big run, and we need to undo the RSI here on the daily. You can see we are now oversold here again. The long-term trend is still up, and we have the daily RSI oversold, which is a good thing, meaning you always buy in an uptrend, for example, on the weekly, and then you buy when we get oversold on the shorter time frames. Hopefully we see a bounce here, but again, we are pretty stretched here. So as mentioned, let's just go sideways for like 4 months or so. That would be perfectly fine with me. URNM against the uranium spot price. Again, one of the most important ratios to look at for if you're into uranium. We have my my 3 lows here. Again, I think this is a Vikov accumulation phase. Again, I'm not an expert, But again, we're now having this expanding. Let's go to the daily actually. We have this expanding formation right here, and basically we are bouncing here. Excuse me for the mess there, wasn't my intention. Right there, so we have this blue expanding here. It goes back roughly 3 months or so. And I really want to see, getting us to confirm above that pivot low there. That would be ideal. So yeah, definitely URNM here is outperforming now due to the fact that the spot price is coming down a bit, and also because basically for the past few days URNM has been grinding a bit higher, not a lot, so, but that is a net positive against the spot price. Let's see where it ends up. We are, very close here to the late 2020 when the last uranium bull market really kicked in. And we're back to those levels once again, if you look at the ratio. XLE against URNM. Finally, we had that bigger pushback right there. The previous ones has been very short-lived, and now we have a major pushback. And we're actually coming into a level here I want to show you, roughly right there. If we can get above here, which actually it looks quite promising. We are a bit stretched here on the daily, however, but again, let's see. 30 weekly coming down here, so the long-term momentum is pushing down now. But again, if we get back above here, then actually I think XLE has a chance to outperform URNM for quite some time, maybe all the way up to 2.3 in the ratio. So yeah, definitely XLE has done better. Also, oil has done fantastic in the past. Not fantastic, that's a big word, but again, it has done a lot of constructive things here lately. URNM against the CRBs, that is the overall commodities. We made the double top, and now we're pulling back here. We lost the uptrend there. Breakdown, tiny retest, boom, all the way down. Now you can see we're actually gathering here at the 30 weekly. So hopefully it can start to push it back up again here. As you can see here on most of the URNM charts, ratios, etc., we are at the 30 weekly moving up, the 30 weekly moving average, which is a very important long-term trend to hold, and we need to push us higher here. That is for sure. Uranium, URNM against Bitcoin. We really tried to make a good go here and get above there. If we have done that, URNM would have been blasting against BTC, Bitcoin, clearly whoosh, all the way down, heavily underperforming by URNM. URNM has gone down for the past, since February basically, and Bitcoin has gone up. So that is why you're seeing this here. We're getting heavily oversold here. I do expect a bounce, but the trend is definitely now in favor for Bitcoin. There's no way around it. That is the longer term trend here, it seems. But again, short term, I do expect some sort of counter rally. We also have Bitcoin at its double top potentially here, and I don't think we'll break through straight away, if we even will break through at all, but let's see. URNM against the NASDAQ. Again, we have this massive ceiling here. Again, we just can't seem to break through right there. It's just a rock hard ceiling, but we have been pounding, and we actually had a very good go here, and then we collapsed. Not collapsed, we got below the previous lows, and you can see here now we're basically more in favor for the NASDAQ to outperform URNM. We don't want that. We do have a tiny small squeeze here on the daily, where we could see a potential to actually get back above these lows. That would be very important to get back above that ratio, 0.0028. So URNM or uranium, in general, has actually done very poorly for 2024. Well, for 2024, we were flat, but if you count for the past 5 to 6 weeks, it has done very poorly. Hopefully that will change. I mean, we are somewhat oversold here on the shorter time frames in most ratios. URNM against the SPY, so the SP 500, 2021 high, we tagged it there. This was extremely bullish. When we broke there, I was a happy man. Retest, fair enough. Double top, and then boom, all the way down. This is not what you want to see from a technical perspective. We do have some shorter term, tiny squeeze there. It's very little. Oversold. So again, hopefully we can get unbounced and get back into the blue bull flag. We don't want that retest there, and then we don't want to roll over. If we do, I think we can go all the way down to these here. That is the golden breakout zone trend line right there. And we do not want that. But again, the charts, they don't care what you feel. So XLE against the SPX had a huge run, massive, lovely run here, 2020 into 2022. And we're still in its overall bull flag here. That's positive. We did break that long-term golden uptrend going back to November 2020, obviously in negative. And right now we're actually somewhat of, this is usually for a drop lower there. If we do that, however, I do think we will straight away have some positive divergence here on the daily, excuse me. So again, let's see which way we go. We're definitely in a downtrend here. We have the 30 weekly and we are below the 30 weekly. That's never a good thing to be. We have two touches, maybe three, but we have two spikes there. So we could hopefully have a small one there. So we make that 3 impulse lower lows. Because we want the XLE to outperform SPX, even though it's mostly oil and gas, but we want the overall energy sector to be outperforming SPX, because that's, when the big guy sees that XLE is in favor, they spend more time and effort into the XLE at that point in time. Yes, this is uranium spot price against Bitcoin. Again, here, this is the weekly, and we will, again, this looked extremely exciting to have such a bullish consolidation below that long-term golden trend line, but clearly we couldn't break it. I think we actually broke it barely. Yeah, we did. And then we came back in, and now we're just boom, goodbye. And so yeah, Bitcoin again, also in favor of the uranium spot price. It had a good run here, but I do think that we are going for that retest of that, because it's such an important triangle. So I do expect a retrace here, possibly all the way back to the top there. Then we will see what happens. Here we have uranium spot price against gold. Gold is doing well. You know that. That's just fantastic. I think we are 21 point something, 2,100 and something on the gold. Beautiful. Again, we're actually collapsing quite a bit here. We came back, we had that rising wedge, we came to the upside, we bull flagged, and now we're below. Extremely bearish price action in this ratio. Mostly due to the gold going up, obviously, but again, the retest, guys. I know I've been screaming wolf for a long time, ever since December, January, for the past, a long time. But again, this is an important neckline. And usually, and I say usually because not always, you see that retest of that neckline to confirm it, and then we can, with higher probability, go higher. Are we in the making of that right now? Possibly. I mean, it looks very plausible, to be honest. Against silver, we also have the neckline here. It's very horizontal. There it is, lovely. Yellow uptrend here. We tagged the upper trend line there. The lows are here. And again, if we get down to here, that would be a massive double support. Again, retesting the neckline. And then I think we have a launch pad for uranium spot price. But again, it depends, because silver, I don't want to show you the silver chart. That will be for another video. But silver looks insanely explosive. If gold really confirms here above, 2,000 plus, 2,100 plus, silver will soon make a move, that we see only each decade or so. That vertical moves where they leap like 100% in 6 months' time, and that will definitely ensure that we are going to get that retest. That's a given. So weekly update, URNM. Long term, monthly, weekly, still good. Short term, yeah, it's getting tight. It's getting very tight. We do not want to get below roughly that 47 here. That triangle, basically, we don't want to get below 47 and the 30 weekly on the URNM. That would be with a high probability pointing to 20% drop in URNM. We don't like that. We do not like that. So it is what it is. That's my honest opinion, as always, right or wrong. That's how I see it. So yeah, guys, have a great Wednesday, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.